In this video, I have a T-Mobile network update for you guys, and this is still important. It is still a proper way or a part of the proper networking. At first, T-Mobile at scale, they lagged behind on the low band. They had low band in their arsenal with band 12. They just didn't have the funding to get it on all the sites. So there was still a good amount of sites that didn't have low band. They got the band 71 and 71, and now with the additional funding and spending that they gained with the Sprint merger, now we're starting to see low band slowly but surely get on all sites. Right? In some cases where they are upgrading the site and there wasn't any low band, they're adding the low band and the N41 in these scenarios. So the money is there. Also, what you're seeing here in this picture, what T-Mobile wasn't investing in at a big scale, right? It was maybe like 1 to 2% of sites had backup generators throughout LTE. Maybe a little more, maybe 3, maybe 4%, but it wasn't like anything to write home about. But now, from what I'm seeing and what I'm being told from other people, that investment is coming too in a big way. So I spotted 3 new backup generators at sites yesterday for T-Mobile. So the one you see here, you kind of see towards the bottom, there's a little dirt pile, and then you see the little bit of that caution tape. So this is a brand new install that's actually still ongoing. So this takes a while, and this takes a pretty hefty investment. It's not cheap, right? You have to buy the generator, then you have to get a third party to install it. You got to file with the city for a permit. The contractor has to come. I spoke with them a little bit. They got to come. They got to trench lines, especially if there wasn't any backup power there before from another carrier. This is something like a brand new install. They have to trench lines. They got to trench depending on what's needed. But yeah, they got to definitely trench lines to get the electric hooked up to the tower or to the baseband unit for that matter. So that takes time and a bit of an investment, right? It's not cheap. So now I'm starting to see T-Mobile scale it on a site-per-site basis. More of these are coming. I know nationwide, of course, that may not be happening everywhere. I'm sure it's coming, but I'm sure some of you are still gonna say you have sites without backup power. But this takes time. Like for instance, this permit was filed towards the end of last year, like around October, November-ish, and they're now just barely getting to it. So there's a phase of approval process. Then you got to get the contractor. You got to get the generator itself ordered. There might be some shortages there too. So T-Mobile is taking that seriously. So this is all part of the proper networking, right? The low band was one critical part. The backup power, it makes the site more reliable. This is my home site, by the way, the picture you're seeing here. So this is the site that feeds my home internet and my cellular. So that just made it, that backup power that was just added made it that much more reliable. So if there's ever a power outage in the area, this last time, to kind of give you an example, there was a power outage closer to the tower, not where I'm specifically located, but closer to the tower. There was a power outage. I guess they're running on 2 separate grids, this area and the area where the tower's at. Tower's about 1.6, 1.7 miles away from here. And this was before the backup power was added. And I had no service in the house, and I had no service. Of course, my home internet went down. The power was still there, but I lost service for about 2 hours, roughly. Well, not service, but it started getting really, really slow because they started optimizing the most other closest site. And, it just kind of, the TV started buffering and the phone service was in and out, right? So now with this, it just went from 0 to 100%, right, on the scale of reliability. Because now if that happens ever again, this is going to kick in and boom, nothing, there's not going to be any power outage at the site specifically unless the overall power outage lasts, several days. And of course they'll have to make other arrangements. But if it's just like an hour or two, maybe 3, 4, this should be more than adequate to handle that. So let me know what you think about this. Let me also know if you've seen some backup power being added in your area. Just kind of wanted to discuss that in a bit more detail because it is a important part of the proper networking. Verizon and AT&T have done this for years. Verizon actually made a large part of this investment during LTE. There was a point in time when they shifted. They said all sites will get backup power. And then when AT&T took over that FirstNet contract, they also made that decision. Hey, all new baseband units will come attached with backup power. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Follow my social media outlets for more updates and interactions. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See you in the next one. Peace.